Hello everyone and welcome to the official launch of the Audi S8 and the A8 in the Middle East market. So I was invited down by Audi Middle East to check these cars out and test drive them, because there was like a proper half day, or actually a full day event, where we were taken across from different points to check the abilities of the car. And boy, this car has a lot of armor underneath it, because it's basically just overhauled completely to give you the most comfortable ride possible. We were led from a starting point where we met, and then from there we went inside the city where we were experiencing that city traffic, how quiet it was, how the suspensions work, because there is a lot of work on that as well. And not just that, there was also a long drive where we got the ability to check out the cars and really open them up and see what the engine is like, because there is a lot of new things, as I mentioned. But behind me standing are the S8 and the A8, so I wanted to show you all a total comparison between the two cars. So let me start showing you that. So let me start off from the front. Here is the S8 and this is the A8. So the basic difference between the two is quite a lot that way. So first of all, let me show you the grille design, because they have these winglets, what they call out here, and the grille itself has become a little wider, so that's to give you a lot more presence that way, from the front end. So here you have these winglets, and not just that, the bottom winglets are smaller while the top ones a little bigger, and these Audi rings in the chrome. While on the S8 you have everything blacked out completely, the rings and even these winglets, and now you have the S8 badging as well. And if you look at the bumper design, yeah, that's a little different. You have a vent out here and then this radar out here around that, even on the other side. While on the A8, again, there's a slight bit of difference out here, if you notice that. And so on the other end, and there is also this chrome strip for the bumper on the A8, while on the S8 it's just blacked out everything. So this is anyways a black pack that you get on this one, where you have everything blacked out. And when it comes to these headlights, these are LED headlights, and look at the detail inside. You have the Audi rings, and obviously in the most Audi fashion they would do all sort of dance. And not just that, they can even project lights when you have parked the car. So there's a different sort of design, I think 4 or 5. So that 5 designs will be projected on your wall when you park the car. So that's how cool this headlight cluster is. And there are 3 different headlight options. So there's standard, there's HD, and then this is full digital LED the headlight cluster that you get. And inside that there are like I think 100,000 or 1 million. I just remember that much during the media briefing, that there are 1 million micro LEDs inside that illuminate, and that's what gives it that power to specifically target the light wherever they want to. And that is pretty cool. Now continuing on the sides, you get on the standard A8 you get 20-inch rim, and on the S8 you get 21-inch. But yeah, obviously this is going to be much more comfortable. But yeah, this is also not bad. This is also pretty comfortable. And then there is the Audi Sport badging out here. And when it comes to the suspension on either of the two, this is a phenomenal thing, because the suspensions are now working with a sort of a sensor based system, where the car would detect the speed bump in front of you, and it would automatically raise the height of the car while you are tackling those speed bumps. And I have seen it in action. It's just amazing. And the air suspension itself, my god, it's incredible. And not just that, when you shift from dynamic to comfort plus, that's where the whole suspension would act up when it's going through the speed bump. The dynamic mode actually makes a difference. It stiffens things up. And not just that, the A8 I had a chance to drive, and a short while to drive the S8, but both have been doing that phenomenal stuff. You can actually see the car raise its nose a little bit before tackling that, and then lower itself once you've tackled the bump. So, and you can even adjust the height of it from inside the infotainment screen, and then all of that stuff that you can do. So this is like a sensor based system, where the sensors are actually tackling the speed bump and getting to know, and then that's how it sort of adjusts the ride height. And not just that, when you open the door, the car would lift itself up a little bit, and when it's driving it will lower itself again. And then you get the side mirrors, again pretty much similar on both the sides. just that you get a chrome surround around these windows on the A8, and on the S8 it's blacked out. And the side mirrors are power foldable, they are power adjustable, they have the blind spot warning out here on the side in the typical Audi sense. And then there are these blacked out door handles on the S8, while on the A8 they are half chromed ones, while otherwise the body style design is pretty similar if you look from both the sides, which is what I wanted to show you all, the comparison between the two, so you get a gist of how it looks. And now when you come to the back, here's also some major differences that you would start seeing now. In the back again you get blacked out Audi rings and the S8 badging, and this light bar out here. Again, this is an LED bar, and this can also do a lot more stuff. In fact, 3 combination stuff that you have an option, and you can even before getting the delivery of your car, you can ask Audi to specifically put that design for you, so that it always shows you that in the back, and it's to do the dance and everything and all of that stuff. It was also doing in the Audi RS7. You can click on the pop-up banner out here and you can watch the detailed review video of that. The banner is here, I'm sorry. And when you go down, there are twin exhaust tips on both the sides on the S8. Now this is just on the S8. There's also a diffuser at the bottom, but that's more like cosmetic thing, but nonetheless it looks absolutely incredible. And the length of these cars is pretty long, like you can feel that. And now when you come to the A8, there you go, like a little bit of chrome out here that you get like a strip between the lights. The A8, this is the L, which is the long wheelbase, which is why it's so long, 60. All of that, nothing is mentioned on that car, but on this, you do get the quattro all-wheel drive also. It really helps you while driving too. And at the bottom there are no exhaust tips as you see, but instead you get the chrome surround around at the bottom, some reflector tips. Now when you come to the boot space on this one, again it's pretty big. You get scruff plates in chrome finish, and then huge boot space out here. I wish I could go in there and show you, but that's for some other day when I'll be getting these cars for a detailed review. I will definitely be getting that. And at the bottom you would find a spare wheel, not on this one because this is like not the GCC spec but the German spec, which is why there isn't one, but it will definitely have one, and a toolkit. There are also tying points out here and another storage out here, pocket storage. But it's pretty huge in terms of the boot space, and this is also a motorized gate. And when we come to the S8, let me open that and show you. So there is a bit of my stuff inside, so as to show you how much is the space out here. So you can like easily put like 2 big bags in here, very easy. Again, scruff plates in chrome, and the setup is pretty much the same one as the A8, which is why I wanted to show you all the two of them together, so that you can understand what really is the difference between the two. Now when you come to the engine, let me come to the front and explain you, because there are multiple engine options that you get. So you get a V6, you get the V8, and there is the S8 version, which is on this one, and the V8 version. While on this you can get an V6 option, and I'm going to be putting all the details of the engine numbers and figures on your screen right now. But from what I know, the V8 produces 571 horsepower, and the gearbox and all of those details, again I'm going to be posting it on your screen right now. But I just want to know, like, which do you think is your type of car? Like, which one suits you? Either the S8, which is a more hardcore sportier version, but bear in mind this is still very comfortable from inside, or you want a proper luxurious chromey A8. If you want something of a dual character, this is the one. Now let's hop inside to this one and then see the interiors. Now a luxury car cannot be called a true luxury without this feature, which is soft door close, which is for all 4 doors, not just for the front but even for the back door. That's why it has to have like that feature. And now when you come inside the cabin, you are greeted with luxurious material and the Audi exclusive badging, this black glossy plastic out here, and then this nice leather out here with the red stitching. So there are lots of interior combinations that you can get in the tan color, in the white color. I've seen a fair few ones, but I'm going to put try to put some images of that also, so that you can have a look of that interior as well. There is also Alcantara on the side, yeah, really plush. There's S badging out here, and when you come to these seats, these are leather seats with the diamond quilting design out here with the red stitching. They are perforated because they are cooled ones and also the heated ones. There's also the S-line badging out here, which is only exclusive to the S-line car. There's also piping, red one on the side with this red color seat belt out here, and at the bottom the seats are 8-way electronically adjustable, all of it that you can adjust and do that. And then there is also 4-way lumbar control, and if you look closer, there is also a massage feature on both the seats, on driver and the passenger. There are more buttons out here, and then if you look close out here, there is also this button, which is the AC button. I'm going to jump inside because boy, it is super hot. I want to jump in and show you that feature too. So once we jump in, let me start the car and fire up these screens for you. When I do that, sorry about the volume, let me shut the volume down. So in terms of the dashboard layout, this is currently in the sporty dashboard layout setting, which is why you are able to see that. And when I go and change the different settings, you can do that. I will do that later on once I get these cars for a detailed review. This is just to show you that there is a digital driver's display out here. And let me lower the fan speed because it's, I think, right blowing into the microphones. Now you are greeted to this infotainment screen out here, a big flushed out one out here. There's also the Quattro badging, again glossy black plastic, and then this aluminum metal that has been given on top. Really looks plush, soft squidgy material everywhere all around. Out here it's Alcantara, even out here it's Alcantara. The sun visors Alcantara. Even on top there are lots of buttons which are given out here to open your sunroof, and on the A8 you can actually open the back bit of sunroof, so which is why there is a button which has been given out here, and for that also. And then you can, another luxury feature is this sun blinders for the rear passengers. When you see it, yeah, you see that going up, that gives you the sun blinder feature, which is again one of the most luxury car feature that you have to have. Again, on the other side you get the Audi exclusive door cards, all of that stuff, the Alcantara, and then the red seat belt. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of this red color seat belt, because I'm pretty interested to know how that looks and what do you feel. Out here you get a screen for your air conditioning controls, all of it, and yeah, much more that it can do. I still have to figure out what else it can do, but definitely a lot more. And then both of these screens are touch haptic feedback that you get from that one, so you can press and then you can feel it, you're pressing some buttons, so that when you're driving you know that you pressed an option. Same goes for the air conditioning control as well, everything is same. And when it comes to the steering wheel, this is a leather covered steering wheel which is half perforated. It's also got the paddle shifters, but those paddle shifters are pretty tiny that way, but I mean, yeah, it's alright. It's an S8, like you might as well just sit and enjoy and relax. There is also the adaptive cruise control which has been given. There is also this Audi logo in the center and the S8 badging out here. And on the right side you would find the controls for your infotainment and all the media controls and the communication controls, while on the left side you would find the controls to change the different settings on your driver's display that you can see out here. You can change the different views also from here. Oh yes, finally I figured out where the button is. Yeah, not bad. Okay, and then yeah, you can still change a lot more views inside as well. You can see the different information on your infotainment screen. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite view, like full big navigation view. Now currently the navigation is not there, as I mentioned, because these are not GCC models, but these are German specs, which is why there is no maps loaded on this car for the GCC. So once you get that, yeah, you can see the rich maps out here. Now when you come to this infotainment screen, yeah, pretty much easy to use infotainment, very simplified. All the options are on the side, all of it, like even the navigation and everything. But yeah, as I said, navigation is not functional right now because it's a test model. At the bottom, the air conditioning controls, you can easily control that, and then yeah, all of that button, dual zone air conditioning controls out here, and even the dual zone in the back for the passenger. So it's a 4-zone air conditioning system that you get on this S8 and even the A8 as a matter of fact. And then this your lever, yeah, really ergonomically well placed. I like that. Then there is also the drive selector switch. So in terms of the driving modes, you get the efficiency, you get the auto, you get the dynamic, which is absolutely amazing. It makes the car very good, sporty feeling. And also there is also the comfort plus. So the thing which I mentioned, when the car would go over the bumps by lifting itself up and all of that stuff, that it will do only on this comfort plus mode. When there are also more buttons given out here, and also there is a button given for your camera. So this car comes with 360-degree camera system. You can even see the car in 3D, and then you can move it around, and the car would actually move in 3D. This same car would move around when the car is also moving. So let me show you a little bit of a demo. So you see, that's how it does. And then once you put it back, you can even, while reversing, you can even change the direction of it and see the car and all of that stuff. While on the other side, it always shows you the 360-degree top view of the car. So lots of things that can happen. There's also an auto parking feature which has been given. I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure in the final one I will test it. And then there's are these buttons which I was mentioning you about. So these are also again the touch buttons to control the flow of air for your driver side and also for the passenger side. So these are slidable ones. Again, everything is buttonless out here. The approach has been taken like a buttonless approach. And then the steering wheel is also electronically adjustable, which is your tilt and also the telescopic, all of that. You don't have to sweat anything inside this car. And when you come to the sunroof, you get a normal size sunroof on this one, but on the other models you can even get, as I said, the sunroof in the back also. So that makes very airy. There is also an SOS button which has been given. Now I had mentioned that the side mirrors are power foldable, so let me show you by closing them up. And once I do that, it's just easier from here. You have to just roll this button, and when you come to the storage, you can put like half a liter worth of bottle in the door cards. That's about it. And some more storage on the sides. There are also these two cup holders in which you can already see two bottles which have been put. There is also this center storage, but for some reason you get these two doors. Instead of them opening like horizontally, they open vertically, and inside again you can put your wallets and stuff. There are also two USB type C ports, charging ports, which are given. There is also a wireless charger which has been given, and there's like a clip which holds the phone in place. And if you want to close this, you can just close it like that. It doesn't lock or anything, so it remains like this. Although there are buttons given out here, but I don't know for what. It's probably to just because you're so used to opening them like that, so which is why they've been given. And I actually see something like you can lift them up and you can slide them ahead. So I think that's what probably these buttons are for. So you can slide them ahead and behind, so you can do that as well. And you can close it. So now I understand why this feature has been given. There is also more premium material on the side, soft touch everywhere, metal pedals, and the glove box is also decently big. And even in the door cards, in the door cards you can actually put bigger bottles, like 1 to 1.5 liter worth of water, some more storage. But out here for some reason the switches and everything covers that area, which is why it's not. And one more cool feature of these doors is, instead of like pulling these doors, this is just like a metal an electronic switch. So when you open that, you can just open the door and then close it again. So that's one more thing. All of that is all controlled by motors and electronics and everything. Now let's jump in the back, because that's probably the most interesting thing that you want to see, because obviously it's an A8 and you are most likely going to be sitting there. So it's time to jump into the rear. Now the thing is, this is not the long wheelbase version, which is why there's slightly less space on this S8, but the features are same. Everything is same. You get the same Alcantara material out here, leather covered, this handrest with the red stitching, and then this sun visor for the extra bit of privacy. I'm going to come to that as well. And then first let me jump to the seats. So you get the same red color seat belts out here. There's also airbag signs. So in terms of the safety, you get 6 airbags, 2 in the front, 2 on the sides, and like 4 on the curtain side. So actually it's like 8 airbags that you get. And there are buttons which are given for your passenger seat in the back. So when you press that, you can actually recline the seats. You can see them moving. you can do that and get that comfortable seat position in the back, or you can press this button again and the seats would go back and come into an upright position. So yeah, that's one of the cool features that you can get on this one. And when you close the door, actually it's super quiet in here. I actually love it. It's so quiet here. And a respite from the heat as well, from pretty much, I think it's 35 degrees now. When I come in the back, yeah, let me start off with the sun blinders that you get out here. So yeah, for that extra bit of privacy, which is pretty obvious in a luxurious car. And then you get these two screens which are given for the rear passengers for the entertainment. And then once I switch it on, yeah, you get the Audi rings out here. Yeah, you can see. Then these screens can do a lot more things. So you can basically stream, you can basically cast, you can do a lot of stuff. There's also inbuilt Netflix, as I have heard. So yeah, a lot of people are gonna like that. And not just that, let me see. Yeah, you can see the Netflix, and also there's an HDMI, which is like a port which are given in the back out here. So you have the USB type C and also the HDMI port out here. And these screens are going to be quite useful for the rear passengers, and they are pretty installed right in front of you, so yeah, it's not going to be a problem. And there are two AC vents out here and also AC vents on the door frames. You can control the flow of air again without any touch the physical buttons, but instead like touch buttons which are given out here. And these seats also have like nice amount of curvature, so that they give you extra bit of knee room. And also in terms of the head space, there is about decent amount of headroom that you get. Pretty good. And not just that, these air conditioning controls, as I said, was a 4-zone air conditioning system, so you can control that also. So you can control the seat and everything, the temperature out here, like you press that and then you can reduce the temperature. And then these are like heated and the cooled seats, both of it that you get on this one. And in terms of the option, to be honest, I am actually, this is for the first time I am also using this system, and so me and you are both exploring this car together. And there is also a seat massage option for the rear passenger as well. And let me see how many options you have. So yeah, let me start. And oh boy, oh yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's gonna be making your journey worthwhile when you are returning from a hard day work at the office. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, this is a neat feature. And when you go back, there is also buttons which are given out here. Now these buttons, so you can see this button, now you can control the driver's seat. So you can take the seat in the front and you can press the buttons, and then you can get an extra bit of space for the passenger sitting out here. So when you remove that, and then you can control this seat. So let me basically headrest, let me move that. You can electronically change the headrest position also, even for the passenger in the front and also the driver. All of that can be changed from these buttons which are given out here. You can even shift the seat in the front a little bit to get that reclining position. You can do that. You can do lots more stuff with this. Like, it's like a proper thing to play around. And there are also lumbar controls which are given on both the sides for the driver and the passenger. Child isofix points in both the seats. And in terms of the space in the back, it's a pretty comfortable place to be. Again, these are perforated seats. So apart from these buttons, you can also change the seat configuration from this touch display which has been given. So there is a massage feature which I had shown you. There is also this seat adjustment option. So when I go there, you can adjust which seat you want. You can see out here there are 3 seats, which is the passenger in the front, this passenger and me. And where you can change anything on this, like you can select which side you want to change, the recline, or you want to move it in front. And when you press that, right now my seat is moving ahead. So let me show you the passenger in the front. So when I select that passenger, now I can change. Let me show you. When I press this button, you see, it's a pretty cool feature again. So lots of helpful features which are given, which makes your life easier in the back. And there is also this hand rest which has been given. Again, in that also you will find a charging, wireless charging, which has been given out here, and 2 USB Type-C ports which are given, and this sort of some device which I think is for the internet, so I'm gonna leave it there. And in the back you will see there is like a gate which has been given, so when you open you can access the boot from here, and if you are done with that then you can close this. On this S8 actually you can close this handrest and then you can utilize the seat in the middle, but I'm pretty sure it's most likely going to be used for 4 people because there is a bit of a tunnel out here, and I'm not going to bother sitting in the middle because it's not actually for 5 people. But when you lower this down you are shown this whole area out here with the handrest. But in the A8 there is like a slidable one, and this handrest remains fixed, so it's like a tunnel that is connected. So that's more of a proper feature. But on this, since it's like a performance version, which is why I'm guessing it's given. And then in the back there are blinders again which can be operated from here. And not just that, in terms of the overall comfort in the back, it's a super comfortable area to be in. Like, you are pretty cocooned inside with these luxurious materials and the softness, and plus the massage seat and the cool seat. So that was a quick walk around of the S8 and the A8 long wheelbase, whereas the A8 long wheelbase has just left. But this was just like a first impression of the cars to show you all what it feels like, what are the new ones like to look, to feel, and to drive. Although drive video was, there was nothing literally, but I still got a chance to drive them properly, and I can tell you it is super comfortable. Anyways, I will be getting a proper detailed review video of these cars, because obviously there has to be a detailed review video of these cars, because these cars are so amazing and so loaded, and there is so much of tech that it's just not enough to cover this up in this one small video. So I will get you that, do not worry. When it comes to the pricing of this S8, this starts from 600 and 1500 dirhams, while the A8 long wheelbase starts from 410,400 dirhams. I'm going to be putting the exact price on your screen, but it's a balance and a requirement for you. If you want something sporty, then this is the one which is long enough, but it's also sporty enough because it's offered in the V8 version and also the S8, where in the S8 it just makes the engine a lot more sportier, whereas the A8L series, it starts in somewhere with the V6 engine and also the V8 engine, so you have both the options, and plus it's a long wheelbase. So if you're something looking for a comfort and a long wheelbase and you everyday use, then you might as well use that. But if you want something more performance based, which you can use over the weekend, and on the weekdays you can just go to your office and then just come back, or do any of your work and come back for as a matter of fact, then this is the one for you. Anyways, that is pretty much it for this video. I will be definitely, as I mentioned, going to be getting the detailed review video of that. Let me know in the comment section below, what else do you look forward to from this S8 or the A8, and what do you think of this? That's not a card. I'm going to give it a minute so that it goes away. But what do you think of these new S8s and A8s? Let me know in the comment section below. What feature do you think it's missing, or what feature do you think is amazing on this one? And I will make sure to cover them up in the detailed review video as well. Anyways, that is pretty much it for this video. Give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, then you can click here, and if you want to watch more videos, then click here. I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care, and stay safe.